María, Virgen del cielo, sovrana di grazie, Madre Pia, e ancora ogno la fervente preghiera non nega al vuestro straziato tuo sperduta l'anima mia, vittoria a te.
What's going on, mate? Been here all morning.
A bit early for a funeral.
Sicilians, mate. Dawn burial's a tradition in some parts. Excuse me.
Of Melbourne.
Hey, what's going on?
Sicily, dickhead.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
They all want to know what's going to happen.
Well, you're just going to have to tell them all to go home, Sergeant. There won't be a burial today.
I can't tell them that. I'll have a riot on my hands.
So get their priest to tell them.
Well, that's very sensitive of you, Duncan.
Well, that's original. Dead body in a cemetery.
Been shot.
Bet he needed that like a hole in the head.
No dust, no footprints, no drag marks.
No exit wound. This could have been a 22.
It's a dry environment. He looks desiccated. It's hard to say how long he's been here, though.
More than 6 months, I'd say.
How did they get in? Don't they have locks on these places?
Seen that lock? It's easy to pick than a set of fake ones at the beach.
Family'd have a key. Who's the incoming?
Alfonso Predorini. Is that right?
Yeah.
Alfonso Predatorini was 73. He was joining his parents in the crypt after 5 years.
Right. So, who is this guy? A relative?
The corpse's name is Michael Gregory Booth. No connection to the Predatorini family. The X-rays confirm his identity as well. Booth was a standover man, armed robbery, 3 murder charges, none proven. He broke his left leg in an armoured van hold-up 8 years ago.
Yeah, they match all right.
Sounds like someone did a world a favour putting a bullet in this guy.
What's the estimate on when he was killed?
12 months, give or take. Obviously, he wasn't killed at the site. The pyjamas would suggest it happened closer to home.
Yeah, I'm tipping the bedroom.
Jennifer, you and Duncan do the death knock. Matt and Simon go see armed robbery. Tell them they can take Booth off their books. They'll probably buy you a drink.
You sure this is the right place?
That's what their boss at armed robbery said.
So what happened to the phone? Why couldn't he call them?
It's the armed robbery squad. They're not right in the head. Superintendent, give us the heads up. Homicide, right? You see Jack? Yeah, I'll let my dry cleaner know.
Right, Shads. Welcome, guys. I'm Ernie Calabrese. This is me partner, Barry Shadow. Shads, say hello to Homicide, hey? Superintendent Jarvis said you had some good news for me. Why couldn't he tell us himself?
Yeah, we were wondering the same thing.
Surveillance.
Wow, no wonder you're in Homicide.
So who are you waiting on?
One bad mongrel went to ground. Months, but he'll resurface, and when he does, we'll be ready. So what do we have here? Someone forgot to pay their parking fines.
This surveillance, your subjects wouldn't be the Booth family by any chance, would they? Oh, your boss. He does have a sense of humour. He must have thought it'd be funnier coming in person.
Oh, yeah? What?
If you're waiting on Mick Booth to show up, he won't.
He's dead.
Bullshit.
More than a year. We found his body a couple of days ago.
Bullshit.
What? Shit.
Sorry, ladies, but you're waiting on a dead man. They're our colleagues doing the death knock.
So, how do you want to do this?
Oh, no, we'll just ring the doorbell, tell them their mongrel husband's dead, and we'll just bugger off.
Let me guess.
Mormons.
Kathy Booth, I'm Detective Freeman. This
I know what you are, and unless you've got a warrant, you know what you can do. Go on, piss
Bob?
What do you lot want? Bloody jacks! Unless you got a warrant.
Oh, they're all getting into it. All right, your mates are up to it.
Up to what?
Ooh, haven't met the Booth clan before.
You've been hassling us. Where is he?
Will you shut up?
Hey, you shut up. We're not armed robbery.
Look at us. We're Homicide. We just come to tell you Mick Booth's dead. End of message, okay?
No!
Uh-oh.
You're lying!
It's all right, Kath. It's just more games. My brother's not dead, you bastards! We're not from armed robbery, we're from homicide.
Call the coroner's office. Mick was murdered. Someone shot him.
You lying bitch! I said piss off!
And we are
How do we get down there?
that way.
Come on, pig!
Go, boy!
You little cut pussy. You're bleeding. Oh.
Oh, come on, Cat. Let's go back.
So, which interview are we getting?
None, you're in the viewing room.
What are you talking about, eh? We know the Booth's here.
Oh, that's right. You've been watching him for 12 months, waiting for a dead man.
Ease up, mate. We're all on the same team here, remember?
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Well, I must have missed that. While me and my real mates were getting the 7 colours kicked out of us, you two were taking happy snaps for your armed robbery Christmas party.
Okay. Listen, in retrospect, not a good idea. Apologies. Now, interview, come on.
We do this. You haven't got any info on the murder.
So share the bloody info.
Okay. If one of them didn't do it, they know who did. We'll find out.
While you and dickhead number 2 can watch from the viewing room. You don't like it? Piss off!
Viewing room's through there, boys.
Boss isn't going to wear this.
Your brother was shot in the head. Close range. He was still in his pyjamas.
He sleepwalks.
So that ring's an offensive weapon.
More like a knuckle duster.
And you add resist arrest, attack police, inciting a brawl. You're in big trouble, mate. So why don't you just be sensible and talk to us?
Mum told me not to talk to strangers, especially a poof like you.
That was good advice.
He was shot with a .22. Any ideas?
Yeah. Must have been the bullet that killed him.
Amateurs.
When was the last time you saw your dad?
Christmas? He came down the chimney, all dressed in red with long white.
That's funny. That's funny. For a dickhead, that is funny.
What's the story, Ray?
You moved in since Mick went on the missing list, eh? You and Kev an item now, are you?
You'll keep, mate.
You're on a suspended sentence, Ray. You just assaulted police. You go straight back to jail without passing go.
Or you could tell us what you think happened to Mick.
I wouldn't give you people the steam off my piss.
I want to see his body.
He's not the man he was in his photograph. He's a lot thinner, you know.
He can't say that to me.
When did you last see your husband?
He went out for a drink. Oh, I don't remember the date. I'm in bloody shock here.
Can you think of anyone who wanted him dead?
Oh, yeah. Try armed robbery. That lot never left him alone.
Well, that's because he kept robbing banks, you stupid cow.
Mick was in his pyjamas when he was shot. What do you make of that?
She's having you on, you dummies. Jarvis is going to have this lot for breakfast.
Oh, here he is.
check him out, will you? So, we clear on this?
No, we're not. As far as I'm concerned, if armed robbery want to take this one off our books, they're more than welcome to it, especially when it comes to this Booth mob.
Stanley, I do not like Superintendent Jarvis. He does not like me. Under no circumstances am I going to hand him this case on a plate.
Long time no speak, Bernice. How's it going?
How are you, Terry? Still nailing him?
Like she needs to ask. Hearing good things about you, Stanley. Clearing a few.
We do our best, Superintendent.
Terry, no need for formalities. Sit. Yeah. How's poor old Sparksy doing?
Ah, he's improving, still in the car.
Ah, well, it had to happen. He was walking it on. Now, listen. My boys tell me they've been excluded from the interview process. What's the SP on that, Stan?
It's a homicide investigation.
Look, I'm hearing you. But we've been with this Booth clan for 15 years. I mean, if anyone's going to nail Mick's murder, it's not going to be your mob. No offence.
No offence taken.
What's your feelings on this, Bernice?
Oh, entirely Stanley's call.
Great result. I hear you're releasing the Booths on bail.
They're being processed as we speak, except for Ray, who's got 2 years outstanding.
So, no breakthrough on the armed robberies? Huh? Nothing on Mick Senior's murder?
No, we usually wait for evidence before we go for the jugular.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you really got him to open up, didn't you? You might as well have given him an IQ test. Same result, 0.
Calabrese, haven't you got somewhere to be?
A few swift taps over there with a phone book. A little accident on the way to the toilets. That's the only interviews the Booths are going to relate to, boys.
We're a bit more progressive than that round here, mate.
Yeah, at least our knuckles don't drag on the ground for starters.
You're out of line, prick.
Oh, you really?
Hey, come on, fellas, just take it easy. Lifts it that way, all right?
Come on, Shades. Come on, Shades, leave it. Let's leave these girls to their computers, you know? This case will be back in our slot soon anyway. You wankers.
So what are you telling me, Wolf? You're refusing to hand over the investigation.
As per reasons given, it's a question of jurisdiction.
Don't talk to me about jurisdiction. I've got a string of bloody armed robberies to investigate.
Oh, those would be the bank robberies committed in the last 12 months. The ones you believe Mick Booth to be responsible for. Dead men robbing banks, Terry.
Not our finest hour, maybe, Bernice. But whoever bumped Mick was in on those robberies. They left his trademark signature all over it, huh? The limp, the shotties when they went into the bank. They could use him for cover, all right, because they knew he was dead.
We realise that, and we're looking for evidence to support it. Still don't see how this puts the investigation back in your territory.
What did I just explain? Huh? I mean, I don't see what the problem is here.
Well, the problem is, as Stanley has already explained to you, if your crew doesn't solve this, it goes back into our court, which puts a dent in our clear-up rates.
I appreciate this, Bernice.
And we've got a dead body in the morgue. We're obliged to investigate.
Mick Booth's not a dead body, he's a dead dog. He's a dead piece
He's
of
a
garbage.
homicide victim. And we'd appreciate anything you can give us from your robberies to help us with our murder.
You think you're big shot? You clown. This ain't over.
You just made yourself an enemy there, Stanley.
I'm a big boy, Bernice.
Miss Semple? This way. Jennifer Mapplethorpe. You're with Downing, Stark and Lidcombe, aren't you?
That's correct.
I thought they only did corporate work.
Not exclusively. We do take some criminal cases. Usually clients with whom we've had a history prior to joining the firm. If you're asking about Michael Booth, he was, I think, my 3rd client ever.
Thanks for coming in.
No trouble. I finished late in court.
Please. How was she in the lift?
Tense?
Sit in. Take a seat, Miss Semple.
My clerk said this had to do with Michael Booth. Do you have him in custody?
If we did, you would be his legal representative, is that right?
I'd imagine so. I've been his lawyer for a long time. What is this about?
You'd be aware that Mr. Booth disappeared a year ago.
disappeared is a somewhat dramatic characterization.
We've been looking into his history.
He came to see you twice in 1 week, just before he fell off the radar. Could you tell us what that was about?
No. Client confidentiality, as you well know, Detective. Though there are matters outstanding I need to speak with him about. If he has resurfaced, I might be able to persuade him to talk to you. Do you know where he is?
He's in the morgue. This is a murder inquiry, his murder.
What happened?
It's probably got something to do with the 8 armed robberies committed in the past 12 months by someone passing themselves off as Mick Booth.
Miss Semple, would you like a glass of water?
No, it's a shock, that's all. I've represented Michael Booth for nearly 20 years. Actually, rather liked the man.
Lovable rogue, huh? My bet is, if we pull the footage from the security camera in that lift, she will be crying her eyes out.
Check her out. Start with when she first represented Mick Booth.
How'd you go?
Interesting. I think I'll look over her old cases tonight and check for crossovers.
Sounds like fun. You know, this would be so much easier if those knobheads from armed robbery would share their stuff with us. Buckley's, mate. I think I might head home too, eh? 12 hours of this is enough for anyone.
Sarge. Duncan. Just a question. Is Jen Maplethorpe a permanent part of our team now? Or what?
Why do you ask? Do you have a problem with them?
Well, nothing personal. Just our styles. They don't mesh. And Matt and Simon were interested in knowing what's going on.
Well, they know. Just so everyone is on the same page, DSS Sparks' crew has been absorbed into the rest of the unit until he gets back on his feet, which could be some time. So consider Jennifer a semi-permanent part of the furniture, okay?
What brought that on? All right, what'd you say to him?
I just wanted to know where we stood.
Together wouldn't be a bad idea, mate. See, that's why we call him Dunny. Full of crap.
Get over it, Duncan. Semi-permanent's an oxymoron anyway. If it makes you feel better, put your money on semi.
Morning.
See, Sergeant.
Very nice.
You know, I have to say, I'm not convinced the Lurex adds to your air of authority.
Ah, that would be spandex, Bernice.
How's the Booth investigation coming?
Slowly.
Well, I would hate Terry Jarvis to get one over on us.
In that case, maybe you could twist his arm, see if he can get some cooperation going, Bernice. We need those armed robbery tapes.
I put in a formal request 2 days ago.
You must have overlooked it then. If you want this solved, I'll need those tapes.
You'll get them.
Sarge, can I have a word?
If you haven't got a problem with the spandex.
No. I went through Victoria Semple's cases last night, going right back. She had a big gap in her court work for just over a year. So I dug a little deeper. Ta-da! Brett Semple, Victoria Semple's son. She registered the birth as a single parent. Remind you of anyone?
What, do you think he's Mick Booth?
Yeah, got the same eyes. Born 2 years after she first represented Booth. He's 18 now, at a nice posh school in the eastern suburbs. Think we should talk to him?
Take Simon. Let's send his mother a message.
Come on, guys, that's enough of that. Let's have a free hit at the top of the circle.
Brett. Mate, there's someone over there who wants to see you. So, hockey?
Yeah, it's a girls' game. So, what do you want? Sorry, he said you're the police.
Yeah, I'm Detective Joyner. This is Detective Mapplethorpe.
Is my mum all right?
Yeah, mate, it's got nothing to do with her.
It's about this man.
Who is he? He looks dangerous.
Used to be a client of your mother's.
What do you mean, used to be?
Yeah, he's dead.
Really? No, sorry, I don't know him.
Your mother never mentioned a Mick Booth.
No, I don't get to see my mother that much. I'm a weekday boy here.
Even though home's only a 15-minute drive away.
Yeah, well, I don't know, she's busy and, well, I don't actually get along with her that well. Apparently I'm at that difficult age.
What about your dad? Do you get on with your dad?
No, my father died before I was born, so she stopped talking about him, I stopped asking. I don't know. Shouldn't you be speaking to her about this?
Oh, we will be. Miss Semple, if you'd like to just wait here.
How dare you send your people to speak to my son without my permission? It is outright blackmail and intimidation.
You are angry.
He is just a child.
He is 18 years of age. We do not need your permission. You know that. You're a lawyer. Jennifer, female present protocol. So tell us about Mick Booth, about him being Brett's father.
You people, you sneer at us for defending criminals, and then you're worse than they could ever be.
I'm investigating a murder here, Miss Semple. I don't have time to tiptoe around your sensibilities. I'll protect your reputation if I can, but that is all I can promise.
I don't give a damn about my so-called reputation. What about my son? Have you even thought about that?
Whatever your son learns is out of my hands. Perhaps you should have been honest from the beginning. Mick Booth. Tell us about him. And then you can go and say whatever you need to say to your son. Please.
The meetings I had with Michael, just before he disappeared, they weren't business. They were excuses to meet. We were in love. That probably sounds absurd to you.
No, we're not talking Abelard and Eloise here. Mick Booth was a violent criminal.
And I was not somehow turned on by his wicked ways, if that's what you think. I'm not that stupid or naive. He was a criminal, yes. He was also a good man. When I fell pregnant, he was supportive in every way. He wanted the best for Brett. But he refused to see him. Brett was different from his other sons. He said he was afraid that he might somehow taint him. They never met. He paid for his schooling and helped me when things were tough. He called us his second chance. As I said, he wanted to become a good man.
Any idea who might have killed him?
Every idea. He was going to tell his wife about us, about me and Brett. He was going to leave Kathy.
Imagine telling Kathy Booth you betrayed her and you had a kid. She probably waited till he was asleep, put the gun to his head, woke him up, and bang.
Yeah, it's cool, babe. Yeah, we're on top of this one. I'll be free tonight. On my life. Gotta go, see you.
Dewara, get over to the Booth place and pick up Kathy. Sure you don't want backup?
No, we're fine.
Well, they're a pretty wild bunch, the Booths. No room for pride here.
Nah, we're good, Sarge.
You get your filthy hands off me! You bastard! You could have at least let me get rid of
hands off her!
Look
like this, doesn't he? Hey, tough hands! Take two of this! Tough boys!
I'll put your nuts in the blender! Bastard! Cancer calibrated!
You have to find a blender big enough.
What are you doing here?
We solved the murder for you guys. Yeah. You push papers, we kick doors down.
Get
Yeah, we got a tip-off about the shotguns used in the robbery. Thought we'd take a look, with a warrant, of course. Doing real police work, unlike yourselves. Didn't find the shotties, but we did manage to find, what, 3 handguns, 2 revolvers, and an automatic. Oh, and this pissy little 22, all wrapped up in plastic and buried in the backyard. So there you go. Whoop! Got you again. You never learn, do you?
Leave it, Dunny.
What are you bad as his brother? Come on, tell us, Kath. Seriously, like, if you had a choice, right, between the two, if you could bring back time, who's the biggest stud? Mick or Ray?
You, Calabrese. You.
Just about over by the shout, no, Stan?
Very nice now. Is that why you offed Mick? So you can root Ray? Huh?
I didn't off anybody.
He was in his BJs in bed. Shot with this little girl he come.
Ooh. Kiss my ass.
Mick would have been mortified. He was a large caliber man.
Got the ballistics, Kath. This is the bullet that was rattling around in his skull. Shot from this gun.
Doesn't tell you who pulled the trigger, though, does it?
She's right, you know.
Yep, she's got us there. So this is what I'm going to do. Worked it out. I'm going to bring in Mick Jr. and Colin. Don't worry about Raymond. He's stuffed anyway. And I'm going to charge him with conspiracy to murder. They would have had to have helped her with, move the body, yeah?
Definitely.
Then I'm going to throw him into the remand centre with all those lonely, lovely individuals. Correct me if I'm wrong, Colin's a pretty good-looking boy, isn't he?
Oh, he's big, though.
He's not that big.
Colin was always a favourite.
Come on, Kath. You bumped him. And I know why. Who wouldn't want to kill him? Eh? You gave him what? The best years? 30? What? You met when you were 16. You gave him the best years of your life.
You really are a dirty dog, Calabrese.
Come on, Kath.
2 sons.
2, I give him. 3 miscarriages
I had as well. Then he tells me he's been rooting his lawyer. Has been for 20 years.
Prick.
Christ, they have a son. He tells me all this. And then he calmly takes himself off to bed.
You've got to be joking. You're 22. Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass yourself. It's done. Get over it.
You bastard! You cheating, lying, miserable bastard! I hate you! You bastard, the lying bastard! He deserves what he got. He deserves it.
Oh, by the way, Stan, those tapes you wanted at the bank job, had them couriered over. Not that there's a lot of point now, is there? Oh, you've got one dead in the water there, Bernice. Stanley!
He's already been in Mulholland's ear about how he solved your case for you. The Assistant Commissioner loved that.
Well, the murder got solved. Job's done.
And Terry Jarvis got one over on us, which is exactly what I wanted to avoid. His media release makes us look like idiots. We're going to look like even bigger idiots when Kathy Booth's picture's spread all over the paper tomorrow. So, he sold our homicide. We might just have a go at 8 of his armed robs for him.
It's not our job, Bernice.
Your job is whatever I tell you it is. Now, you got those tapes? Start with those.
CCTV footage on each of the banks that was hit.
Go through the robberies. It's not our job, Sarge.
Your job is whatever I tell you it is.
It's not about the job, though, is it? Jarvis's mob screwed us, so...
So get on with it. We view them all. Jennifer and Matt, that's your job. Simon and Duncan, start on all the paper that we have on Booth, his entire history, A to Z. Now, it's going to be a long night, so feel free to get some pizzas and use petty cash. I expect a result and a receipt.
No, I can't do this. I promised on my life to be at this thing with Claire tonight. I can't let her down again.
All right, look, you help me get the Booth files into shape and we'll cover for you. Take off for a couple of hours.
What, you sure?
Well, 3 or 4 hours, do you?
Yeah, no, that's plenty.
All right, 3 or 4 hours, max.
I'm watching you, yeah. Ooh, babe, I'm watching you. Yeah, yeah. Keeping time in the back line. You really got the moves, so the people around you working overtime. Hey boy, you know just what to do. So ooh, I'm watching you, baby. Ooh, yeah, I'm watching you.
Hey, you made it. What is the big deal? It's an industry party. But you weren't here. They're just having some fun. It's a couple of pints.
We've had this conversation, Claire.
Yeah, ad nauseum, actually. I didn't do anything.
Well, you don't have to. I'm a detective. You're my fiancé. You get caught using this stuff, then I'll kiss my job goodbye.
It's not about your work.
No, it's about you. When was the last time you used?
No, don't talk to me like I'm one of your suspects.
Hey, guys. I hope I haven't got your lovely lady into any trouble. Just celebrating another great launch. That's all.
Now listen, Zorba.
Actually, it's Zabor.
No, I know what your name is, you jerk. If you don't want to carry your head home in a handbag, you get your hands off my fiancé now. And get back to your little party.
Sure, no problem. Your detective's quite the macho man, isn't he? We'll talk soon.
Oh, brilliant, thanks. You want to lose me his business?
I think he's interested in a little bit more than business, Claire.
Come on.
Look, Claire, look, I'm here. Let's just forget about it. Claire, please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay? Phone? Off. Okay.
Are you going to be fun?
Yes. I'm gonna be funny. Okay?
Well, that was a long 4 hours.
I'm sorry, guys. Things got complicated. Coffees? Wolfie in yet?
No, you beat him to it.
You're lucky your ride's a push bike.
How'd we go? What's the deal?
Zilch. As far as we can tell, Booth's list of associates doesn't include anyone with the wit to come up with the impersonation scam, especially his family.
Plus, at the same time as one of the bank jobs, Ray Booth was being interviewed by police about some ram raids.
Whoever hit on those banks killed a teller during one of those jobs. You missed seeing this. The guy at the door does the shooting. The teller presses the silent alarm, and the bloke at the door sees it, and then there's a scuffle, and he marches back in there, fronts up to the teller, and bang.
Psycho. He was itching to do that.
That was the 5th job in a run of 8, all since Booth's been dead.
The tattoo matches one on the back of Mick Booth's right hand. Fake, obviously, along with a gimpy walk.
Tell me you've got something.
Bugger.
Quiet.
Yes, Sarge, we've made some progress. You see this?
The tattoo.
It's fake.
No, not the tattoo. The tan line on his finger. This guy wears a ring.
A bloody big ring.
More like a knuckle duster.
Let me tell you, Rick, settle down. What, 3 years to drag me out of bed, huh? You scared of getting another beat? Sit down. Your ring.
Put your right hand palm down on the desk, now. You want to make this easy or you want to make this hard?
Could be anybody's hand.
Except it's not. It's yours.
That photo was taken during a bank job where a teller was killed.
Yeah, so we're not talking assault police now. We're talking murder.
Now, we know you didn't shoot the teller, Colin, but hey, same place, same robbery, we don't care.
So you either tell us who did right now, or we charge you with murder.
Piss off.
You knew your mum had killed your old man, didn't you?
Hey, she shot him by accident.
Right between the eyes.
Then you impersonated him during the robberies.
You watch telly, Colin? All that forensic crap?
Yeah, so what?
Well, it's not crap, mate.
Oh, they don't do it as fast as they do on the telly, but eventually, mate, they get it right.
We can do a test on that section of your hand right there for ink residue.
Ink residue for a fake tattoo. You're a dog's dinner, mate. Now, you either tell us who did those robberies with you, and who shot that teller. Otherwise, you wear the murder. Was it your brother? Or was it your Uncle Ray?
You think you know every bloody thing, don't you? It wasn't either of them. That little prick. Comes, he finds us, he tries to crawl up Mum's ass.
I'm her bloody son, not him.
Red Simple. Yes.
Begin up.
He turns up one night. This big kid. Mick's eyes. Just comes out of nowhere. Says he's seen letters. School payments. Found out who his dad was. Like a bloody birthday present it was. Well, I'd sorted Mick out for what he'd done. Never got a go at her, but their kid was a way to do that. Make her suffer.
So then you got him involved in the armed robberies?
Well, he wanted to be like his dad, didn't he? I was happy to help. Drag him down, take her with him, bitch. I didn't think he'd go for it. Public school wuss, but it was like he just couldn't wait, you know? But after a couple of gigs, he took over. Like he was born to it.
So you wanted to drag his mother down. Why didn't you just turn him in?
I got scared. I realised he wasn't like Mick at all.
How so?
Mick wasn't a bloody psychopath.
Miss Semple,
You're supposed to leave us alone now.
we need to speak to your son.
Why should I let you? You people have done enough harm.
Well, we can always come back with some uniforms. And a warrant.
Miss Semple, it would be much easier if we did it now. Get it over and done with.
Fine. I'm talking to my own lawyers about this. You have no right to come and go. Go. Your tapes.
We're keeping score, are we? I'll bet Wolf enjoyed this one too.
I don't think anyone's enjoying themselves much right now, Terry. Even if it is 8 goals to 1.
must be really feeling it.
Yeah, they are.
I've spoken to a counsellor. Appointments have been arranged.
It's not my thing, boss.
No, that's not negotiable, Simon. You'll take time off too and only come back when the counsellor says you can. Now, if at any time you feel the need to talk to anybody apart from the counsellor, my door is always open, okay? At home as well.
How's Victoria Semple?
She accompanied her son to the morgue. She had to be sedated.
Whose bullet was it? Well, Simon and I got off 3 shots. Only one of them hit the boy.
Yeah, that's right.
So who fired the killing shot, me or Simon?
We won't know that until we get the report in, but I'm staying on ESD and moving it along.
Another one.
Don't give up on me. Help me out. I am a loaded gun, ready to fight. Goes on and on and on.
Jennifer, it's Stanley Wolfe.
Sarge.
The lab report came through. For the bullet, it was yours. I'm sorry.
Thanks for letting me know.